But if you will now rise with me, we'll take a let's pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you all, Lord, for the opportunity we have together, and we ask that your wisdom be upon us when we discuss the business of the city and how it involves the citizens. Lord, we always ask that you just be over our servicemen as they serve, and also the families that are here, and we just give you all the praise. In Christ's name we pray. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could you give us a roll call, please?
John Bradshaw.
Here.
Joe Ballard.
Here.
Jeannie Allen. Here. Martin Lund.
Here.
Steve Kresge.
Here.
Larry Goller.
Here.
Randy Ross.
Thank you, Tina. This is the time for public comments. If there's anybody who would like to speak on an item that's not on the agenda, you may do so now. We are limited to 15 minutes and 3 minutes per individual. Okay. We're going to go on to the business agenda. Seeing no comments. We have 2 items. The first item is 5.1 is consideration approval of rescheduling the 5th meeting for this council, April 5th council meeting to April 6th. We're going to move the council meeting to April 6th, and the reason for that is Roger.
I've just been made aware from council members of a variety of conflicts, on the 5th, and so we're moving it to the 6th, just the next night.
All right.
Same time.
Same time, 7 o'clock. It'll be now April the 6th instead of the 5th. The next item, which we're going to have to do so, we're going to have to ask for a motion.
Make a motion to approve that.
Second. Okay, hearing a motion in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? With no opposition, we move to the next item, which is 5.2. And that's consideration and approval of St. Patrick's Day event held by the Black Raven at 14471 Northeast 23rd Street on March 17th.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Then we have discussion.
Yes.
Hearing a motion and a second, we're open for discussion. Is there any discussion on that?
Yes.
I was just kind of curious as to what their activities and stuff is planned. They need a special permit. Are they going to utilize the parking lot?
It's because they're going to be outside of they'll be outside of the bar. There'll be a fenced-in area around it, but it will be outside of the bar. And my understanding of it is for the Alcoholic Beverage Commission, so that they're covered.
Even on private property? I was wondering why we were seeing this too.
Yeah, I was wondering that last week, is why are we having to do this, but it was explained to me that Abel it's so that they meet up with Abel.
Awesome.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, we're open for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, by same. Hearing no opposition, we go into this to the consent agenda, item 6.
Move to approve?
Second.
Hearing a motion and second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we move into new business. Is there any new business for the city?
None that I'm aware of, sir.
Going into the next item, which is the council and staff remarks. Do we have any remarks?
Well, I'm wondering, why are they moving so much dirt
Over at the,
This looks like deja vu or something. They're moving it. I mean, what are they doing there?
yeah, they're grading the front lots, but they've also got a big, what you're seeing most of that is the drainage work that they're doing. If you'll notice, they got a whole bunch of big open trenches right now. Those get filled back in. There's some boxes that go in. There's some piping that will go in. They'll use that dirt to fill it back up and balance the site. That's
How long do you think that'll take? Do you just get throwing yes at it.
We met with them today and with the contractor today, and they said that they will be done with the site. It was May 15th. That's when they intend to be done. Road's done, storm drainage done, ready to go.
Wow, that's good. Okay.
Roger.
We heard it.
Your neighbor right here to the south, talked to me Sunday about the flags that went up, marking some lines, utility lines, and I think that there's maybe some work going to be done on soccer fields or something.
I'm not familiar with that.
Are we doing
I can
anything that, if we know why the flags are up, or, because some of them come onto their property and they were concerned about it, we just need to visit with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So, and it was on the other side of the bridge or?
No,
right up
right here.
Okay. Is it south? I didn't know.
Yeah, that was why.
South. Okay.
Did y'all have another?
I just had one on, if we have a status update on Fred Stevens Drive or anything, completion.
No, I was out all last week, so I haven't been able, I know that the first course of asphalt was down. There was some rain last week that may have kept the top coat from going on, but,
Looks like it's going on.
the county hasn't quit it. So.
Okay. Any further discussion? We're going to move on to the next item, which is the proposed executive session. And we have two items. First item is going to be 1.9, and concerning economic development, 9.1, excuse me, 9.1. And the second one is 9.2, which is consideration with the CTS litigation. Counselor, if you would look at those and tell us you feel that's appropriate to enter into executive session, and if so, because it looks like we have similar items on the CUA meeting, we could have probably a joint meeting with CUA on those subjects. Is that appropriate?
Yeah, these are lawful agenda items, and if the CUA wants to have a joint meeting, it can be done without any problem.
I'll make a motion to go into joint session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We will go into a joint executive session, but first we'll go ahead and do an adjournment from, recess from the city, and we will open up the Choctaw Utilities Authority Board's meeting and ask for a call of order.
Juan Bradshaw.
Here.
Jerry Bauer.
Here.
Jeannie Apps. Here. Roger Malone.
Here.
Steve Kresge.
Here.
Larry Goller.
Here.
Randy Moss.
Again, in item for public comments, if there's anybody who would like to comment on anything that's not on the agenda, this is the appropriate time. There'll be 15 minutes limitation with a 3 minutes per person. Hearing none, we go into the business agenda. The first item is item 4.1, and again, it's the consideration of rescheduling the April 5th meeting to April 6th. It's with the same explanation as we had for the city meeting.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is carried. We move into the next item, which is item 4.2. That's the consideration and approval of award bids for the street construction project at the Marcus of Choctaw. Roger, can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. These are the paving and drainage responsibilities that we have in that project. It's the Dale Stearns Drive, east-west, and I'm not sure what the name of the north-south is. There's two roads. The one road behind the front lots, the fast food lots, and then there's the road through it. It's also the curb cut across the median to get into where the Taco Bell is. And we went out for bids. The low bid was Silver Star Construction at $419,644.50. and we're recommending approval. Funds are available, we have some set aside already in an escrow for this, and any additional amount is available in the dedicated sales tax.
Do we have a motion on that before we have discussion?
Move approved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on that item? We're up for a vote. All in agreement with that, but aye. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? Nay. Hearing none, we go on to the next item, which is our consent agendas, item 5.1 through 5.7. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition by saying? Hearing none, we move to the next item, which is new business. Do we have any new business?
None that I'm aware of, sir.
Hearing no new business, we go into item number 7, which is the trustee and staff remarks. Do we have any comments or questions from staff? Hearing none, we look at the item 8, which is the closed executive session. And again, we have 3 different subjects to talk about there. That's the 8.1, which is economic development, 8.2, the CTS litigation, and then the 8.5, the appointment litigation. And I ask Counselor, upon reviewing that, do you feel it's appropriate that we enter into an executive session? And if so, could we also have joint session with the city?
These are lawful items, and if you want to have a joint session with the city, it would be proper.
Hearing that, then I'd ask for a motion to get into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing motion in a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no, we will now recess into executive session, joint executive session with both the city and the CDA. Now, at this time, we have to, it's a closed meeting, and when we come out of executive session, it'll be again open to the public. So, we have a choice. You can either
We actually discussed canceling the meeting. They decided to reschedule it for 6:30. And that's where you were there at that meeting.
Was this in a regular session or executive session?
Regular session. It was an agenda item on the 16th of February. And you
I
spoke
made
at
the
this
meeting in time. I heard him blast past that. I was here with a prepared statement and
Okay, you can
stood
ask
waiting
anyone
for
that was
it.
here prior to the start of the meeting, and he asked several times if you wanted to speak, to fill out a form, okay? If you get there once he has reached that point and passed it, then that's beyond my control. But the meeting started at 6:30, and we followed protocol, and it was not our intention to prevent someone from speaking, okay?
So are you going to supply the sheet that I asked for or not?
I cannot get access to that sheet.
It's
They
in
are
there,
in special
okay.
executive session.
You can't print one? They don't?
I don't have it. It's in there.
Okay.
Did you want this?
So here's the minutes.
We also put a special notice about the fact that this meeting was going to be changed last meeting, which was the 1st of March. We had a special notice on the bulletin board because we were trying to make people aware.
It wasn't on the website.
Huh?
It's not, no. It wasn't on the website, that's the meeting minutes. Yeah, the minutes are not on the website. The last
What they
minutes
can
they
vote,
have,
Screenshot? Do you have
Yeah.
the website? Can you get a screenshot of that they do not print?
Well-
It says right now.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it said. Either that or
Let's
it's-
see.
Let me look at the calendar.
These are 2016, there was nothing from...
Not the minutes, we need to go to the meeting.
Just
remember, they changed the date of that one on the
Special,
fifth.
damn it, this thing's
Yeah,
flipping.
we were screenshot of that. It does not say anything about a change of time.
So it's now set for
Let me
6
fix
days.
And you know, and they removed my comments, they totally deleted my comments from the last meeting before that, so, you know, you can't trust
They're
anything.
operating on the OTA playbook.
It's really tough to be professional thieves.
Documented. It wasn't on the
Okay.
website.
What does that time say on that? Does it say?
I need to go to the Hera
6:30 on
council
the
meeting
website.
Thursday.
If you
That
go
may
into
be
that.
rescheduled
Well, here
to
it says
Tuesday
7.
or something.
It's at 7 o'clock Thursday.
But if you get in there, yes, it does. I have those downloaded.
That's the height of.
Those, they can't. I'm still gonna be here at 6:30 Thursday.
She's checking right now.
February 23rd, 2012.
Second.
Hearing a motion in second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay.
Nay.
Okay. One opposed, and the rest of 4, the motion's carried. There are no more actions out of executive session. We will now adjourn CUA. Reconvene city. Both motions have been related to, have been voted upon. Now we adjourn city. That's it.
Okay. The citizens' request to speak, I waited out in the lobby where I was last week to sign a form to speak, and it was not there. We request to speak.
We had that opportunity.
I walked in just as you had that opportunity, and you blasted past it after I waited in the lobby. Yes, last meeting was my first meeting. I waited exactly where I needed to be based on my knowledge of how your city council works to sign the form. And I walked in, and you saw me walk in with my list of questions, and you got blasted. I heard you say, moving on to the next issue, as I walked in, after waiting to do the process your way by filling out the minutes, filling out the sheet to speak.
Well, there's certain procedure we have to adhere to. I really did all that I could to, I'm sorry. You want to speak?
I have a question.
Okay.
Come on. You're here to represent us. Let us ask a question.
Pardon?
You do have the, Ted, can you advise us whether the mayor has the authority to go ahead and supersede that list and let the people speak?
Well, the mayor would have to have the vote of the council to do that because it was on the agenda, and if the council wants to do it, they can. So.
That's what I thought. So the council can take a vote to listen to these people if they wish.
So, because otherwise I feel like next time I need to blast past the sign in and just come in yelling, which is what I thought would be disrespectful to this council. I absolutely heard you call for public statements and was still looking for the sheet, the place that it was at last time. It was my only meeting I've ever been to. If you want to check with your clerk, she has explained the situation to me, but that's why I wasn't here.
The situation was last time because we met in the council chambers
Yep.
instead of in here. I set it on the bar out there because we did not have a podium.
And that's where I waited to do it your way.
I think the council can decide whether the folks can speak on what they wish to.
We follow up certain procedures, but we also adhere to serve the good of the citizens. Now, we gave ample opportunity at the first of this to be represented, and we, honestly, you can take and anything you have to say, you can say it at the next council meeting. But I will ask the council if they want to reconvene the city just for the 15? Yeah. To reopen the open comments for 15 minutes. It'll be no more than 15 minutes per speaker. Okay, I will ask the council. If the council says no, that is it. Okay. I will reopen the council meeting and ask if there is a motion to got to ask for a motion to be presented to reopen the public comments section, which would be limited to 15 minutes and no more than 3 per individual.
I move that we reopen this comment section.
I'll second that.
Okay, now we have any discussion?
I have a question. Ma'am, are you a resident of Choctaw?
I am not a resident of Choctaw.
Thank you.
I am.
I will just secondarily say, I speak with and ask questions for many Choctaw residents. We confer, and so that we don't, last time we were up here, we kind of swamped the area, so I don't think it's hard to say in a small community that we all, you know, talk about what questions we'd like to have answered, and that's why we do it this way.
Do we have any more discussions among the council? Do we have any more discussion before asking for a vote? Then all in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. I'm sorry, the nays have it.
Okay. We will record our
Would you-
statements on
Okay.
our own.
Would you please, we welcome you to come next meeting. The next meeting will be on the 6th.
You're changing your date?
Yes, that was part of the, well, you come in late. That was,
Yeah, it
that
wasn't
was,
allowed in.
that was something that we had voted on earlier in the meeting. The new date is the 6th of April.
Is this a regular new date, or is it just for the one?
No,
meeting?
just as that one meeting,
Okay.
just that one meeting.
What time?
It'll be 7 o'clock.
5 to 7?
May I just ask a question? Is the, and perhaps I won't get a response, but is the nays as a result of one person not being a Choctaw citizen, or is the nay as opposed to, you know, it wasn't on the agenda and it was the procedure?
Well, that might be a question you have, but I have no idea why any of the council people voted for either yay or nay, okay? All I know is that when it counts, the nays have it, the yeas have it, with the open meeting. But please, don't feel like you're missing anything. Come next meeting, and I give you plenty of opportunity, and all you have to do is just be here, and we'll be glad to listen to you. Okay? I don't want anybody to feel like they don't get their day ahead of us. We do want to hear what you have to say.
I will say, with all due respect, it is disappointing as a citizen of the area, so. That's it.
It's disingenuous, sir. I want to speak to you because of your question as I leave. For you to act like the things that you're doing here don't affect anyone outside of Choctaw. You know what's affecting other communities around you.
Have you spoken at the Hera Council?
I have. And I'm not a Hera resident either. I'm unincorporated. Where am I going to speak? I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to speak anywhere and everywhere that it matters.
Don't worry, the EOCP speaks for you.
Yeah.
Is that one of those, do you have a mailing address here and a school district there, and, I mean,
Yeah.
I just asked.
Yes.
We're all over the place.
I know that boundary and.
We have a Choctaw mailing address, and when I get my property tax statement, you would not believe how much money we spend in your town for your schools, for your vote, and yet we have no right to speak at anything. Now, you guys, whoever you are up there, were elected by somebody, but I guarantee you, if you're gonna run again, just hit the road, because nobody's representing the people. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
I'm disappointed you disrespected some of our military people here tonight and our veterans. That will go on the internet. You sit right there. I've already talked to you.
Dennis is 405.
Actually, the city council, how it works, you can't
273.
speak. I mean, you have to come in and fill out the little form and they give
4305.
you 3 minutes. I mean, you can-
305.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 3.
You know what?
Thanks, man.
It's the same one. That's pot. This is Lee doing us your Gary Phillips. Another one, 405. 379. 5711.
They move it up as many weeks as they did. You give to the top, we find out the final pass.
Common spelling, P-H-I.
Yeah, Phillips. P-H-I-L, I guess. Bruce Smith.
I'm gonna go sit in Randy's chair and do these
Bruce Smith.
Yeah, he's old fusky. I don't know if you really want that. There's a mayor, Shawnee. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know.
that gives me.
Some starting points.
As long as I have at least one, they can refer me to the other.
Yeah.
To the and whatever is right up against the county line, that's where I'm.
You remember, you weren't with the people.
Sir, I posted your agenda on my website.
It's been changed so many times since I've been on, 9 years.
Like this.
This is disappointing.
But it's still not the point. The point is
There was somebody that had a vote at backbone and voted against.
You have the right to represent.
Well,
You chose not to.
there's no term limits on these guys, that's the problem. And we get some of the right
It's not that important if you can't be on time.
I was here on time.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you, I was here on time looking for you.
Not notice everybody coming in here.
There was no one walking in. There was no one walking in. I walked in at 6:30. There were nobody in the lobby except 2 cops, and I looked exactly where these sheets were last time and looked around and stood there, waited for a clerk or somebody who wasn't there. I didn't want to go, hello, hello. These forms were not where they were last time. Well, your clerk has attested to that, and I understand why. But that was my first meeting, so that's where I stood, waiting for the form to do this your way. And after being informed that I tried to do it your way and failed because of an error or a unique situation, you guys were given the opportunity to remedy that and declined to let us.
What did you and the vice mayor do in the meeting and then ask for public comment?
We didn't even.
I walked in after standing up there wasting time and looking for the forms to do the comment because I know the process. I spoke to Eric.
We obviously didn't know the meeting had been changed. That's the point. We were all ready.
We posted it every way we could.
I wasn't here in
What do you have to say about that?
I walked in.
I think you're lying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those
I do.
conversations